bathroom.
Gaping hole in the ceiling, and there was 2 baby raccoons hanging out of it, squealing and yelling, and then they fell into the tub.
Well, after a few hours of being locked in the bathroom, typical of kids, of course, the raccoons were finally rounded up and taken to safety. The mother, by the way, took off into the woods with the other baby raccoon. No word on whether she will be charged with abandonment. Well, scary things that go bump in the night. Usually the stuff of ghost stories or science fiction, right?
Maybe not. Tonight, Newswatch 10's R.J. Heim has a preview of his series that looks at unidentified flying objects. Why do I hear the theme of the highlight zone?
Well, it's easy for people to look at this subject and say, oh, it's all booky, booky, booky. UFOs, what's out there, if anything? Whether or not you believe in UFOs, I ask you to suspend those beliefs, whatever they might be, for the next 3 nights, because something is going on that's getting the attention of the scientific community, something that is both bizarre and unsettling. And here on Earth, in the last few years of the 20th century, science fiction may be turning into science fact.
I think it's coming close to this is the closest.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna follow it down. I'm gonna follow it down.
You're watching home video of what people who shot these pictures in Florida say are UFOs. And they're not alone.
I called the South Attleboro police, and he said, yeah, lady, we know all about lights in the sky. So at that point, I knew I wasn't hallucinating.
And there's stories from people that have been abducted from their cars and from their homes. Like in this movie, the producers say is based on a true story.
What's going on up
Back
there?
to the home video. Is this a flare or an alien spacecraft sending out a shuttle? One more look. What do you think? And then there's words like these from respected researchers right here in southern New England.
If this is true, and there's no doubt in my mind that it is, unfortunately, if this is true, it's the most important event in human history.
And there's words like these from university professors.
Well, I feel that this is a real phenomenon, that people are accurately describing what is happening to them, that we have been involved with the UFO phenomenon in general for almost half a century now, and I feel that it is time that people begin to treat the subject much more seriously than they have in the past. The evidence is fairly staggering now that this is going on, and we just can't escape it.
I see 2 of them.
Believe for a moment the phenomena is real, that we are indeed being visited by people from beyond the stars. What do they want? And why are they visiting us? What you're about to hear you may find disturbing.
What have you been able to uncover by talking to these people who claim they've been abducted?
Well, I've talked to about 90 different individuals. We've had about 450 hypnosis regression sessions. My evidence suggests that people are, that sperm and eggs are being taken from them, and from time to time, people are brought into a room, and there, arrayed in front of them, might be 10, 20, 50 babies. These babies look strange, they look unusual, people say. They sort of look human and yet not human. They use the word hybrids or crossbreeds or whatever.
A kind of ongoing genetic experiment which involves taking ova from women and sperm from men, and there is this a seeming attempt to produce a hybrid mix.
So bizarre, it's unbelievable. Or is it? Over the next 3 nights on Newswatch 10 at 6, hot spots for UFO activity close by. We'll take you to the eastern tip of Long Island, where something crashed into South Haven Park. We'll also have a story of an East Providence woman where she says she was followed by a UFO. And South County, perhaps the one Rhode Island region where the greatest number of sightings have been reported. Newswatch 10 at 6, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night, starting tomorrow night.
We all will laugh at this, but, you know, on the Dateline report that was just before the newscast tonight, it's the same story that comes up over and over and over again from people who claim to have been abducted.
Now, also on the Dateline piece, they were showing drawings of what people said were of aliens. We have video of what some people from the Long Island UFO Network says is actual videotape, the first ever of aliens.
Okay, tomorrow night at 6.
Don't miss it.
Okay, thank
Looking
you,
forward
RJ.
to that.
Okay.
And how do you feel about all of this? Tonight we conducted an exclusive Newswatch 10 bullet poll to find out. The question we asked, do you believe in the existence of alien life? A majority of those polled said yes, 55% to be exact, 41% said no, 4% said they weren't sure. And more men, apparently, than women are believers. 63% of the men polled say they believe alien life exists, while just 48% of females responded yes. And if we didn't call you for our poll tonight, we'll try to contact you next time.
And here's what they call a segue in television. So Gary has a forecast that's out of this world.
And
right?
we've been watching the heavens this evening because we have a partial lunar eclipse taking place right now. It's in the process. Our problem is that we've got some clouds coming in from the south, and as we've